You know what I'm saying? Like Adam16, you know?
Yeah, I was about to say, y'all want to talk about them diddling allegations?
Yeah, so.
Y'all, what specifics do y'all know about this?
I know quite a few specifics. That sounds crazy.
Hey, nigga, we've been recording for a few hours, nigga. It's hard.
We have. Yeah, I don't even know how long. I'm not even going to look. We just going to get this out there. It's going to drop, you know? But.
Shit is a Twitch stream.
All right, Adam16 has had several pedo allegations.
There was one situation
in particular
that when he was like 21 and she was 16, it was when the dude was on the live. And
so that's how it even came back up. So these allegations have actually, he's already been in hot water for this already.
Years.
Yeah, this has already been like, this isn't even breaking news. This is just like round 2. Technically.
He probably wasn't even upset when he saw it. He's like,
yeah, so this is literally round 2 of let's try to get him again. So I wish I knew what that guy's name was.
Which I think
he's a perv buster though.
Yeah, he's the perv
buster.
buster.
His name is perv buster.
Oh,
that's
okay.
name.
Perv buster.
Shout out to perv buster.
Shout out to perv buster.
Yeah, his name is perv busters.
So he was on live. He was on a live with Poetic Flacco, and the conversation kind of naturally progressed towards, can you be an ex something? Like you could be an ex convict.
He did this shit so slick.
And it was like, it was the craziest setup, and it came up to where it was like, can you be an ex?
Yeah. Is there a statute of limitation on diddling children?
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
In terms of wanting to do it, not legally.
I was about to say, which is another reason why I think everybody jumped ship like that, was because when it was coming down, it was coming down. Like
it got hot.
It was like, oh shit.
Yeah,
like,
it got hot.
This nigga might go to jail.
Yeah.
Fuck around.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it.
Is that serious? There's charges?
When I was seeing it on,
not that serious. It's never been that
when
serious.
I was seeing it on Twitter, I'm just saying how it felt. Like I was like, damn, this is like
it felt like an arrest should be coming. It did feel like that.
We were niggas was invaded.
It felt like we just heard about Kelly doing something for the first time.
Yeah.
It was like the DVD just dropped. That's how it felt.
Oh shit. Cause it's like I would scroll, oh shit, fucking Lil Pump talking about how he used to fuck my bitches.
What was the so that's what Lil Pump
Lil
said.
Pump was like, man, Adam used to fuck my hoes.
Yes,
and I was 15.
Yeah, exactly. Because they were on tour together.
Gucci gang.
Adam took him on his first tour.
Yeah,
so it's like, that's what made it worse, because the initial allegation, Lil Pump actually added something new to the mix. Even though this was round 2 on the whole 21 and 16 situation, this was it had a little sauce on it, because Pump was like, Adam took me on tour at 16 and he was with the same chicks I was with. So what does that tell you? Like,
shout out Lil Pump for somehow remaining relevant when need be.
I was about to say, shout out to Lil Pump, but like, I'm being sarcastic, like like, what the fuck?
He actually just dropped a single that, I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of slapping, and it was him and Smoke Perp.
Might have a little resurgence.
I think it's called Tesla.
But like everything, it's only when shit is convenient that he's telling people this.
Because when he was only relevant now.
When he was 17, but it's not. Pedophiles are always relevant.
Yeah.
But that's the point I'm making, though.
Yeah, okay,
you get what I'm saying? That like now he's on live. He just dropped the album.
Right, during the entire dog.
He's probably like, oh shit, like I get to talk.
Literally, yeah.
Like, yo,
but at the same time, when you trying to push the album, I ain't mad at him either. Because that is kind of what he's supposed to do.
It's about
now
pedophiles.
Became relevant. Like, it kind of seemed like it's a coincidence that this nigga was dropping an album.
Because he really has been quiet.
Like he
Pump
played
been quiet for a couple of years, but the week he want to start dropping singles and albums, this is happening.
Shit's starting to happen.
It is kind of it was like a perfect storm for Adam, which kind of messed it up, because when it was circulating, it was just like, all right, we've seen this before. Technically, you're not adding nothing new to the mix, but it seemed to give the old story so much more life when Pump was like, yeah, he did. You know what I'm saying?
I saw this one picture. It was crazy. They was trying to say, because, we wasn't supposed to say pedophile, right?
Yeah,
but they was actually trying to say.
Said it again.
They was actually trying, because we've already said it.
Yeah, it's all good.
But they was actually trying to say he was that, because there's different types with journalists. We have to be specific.
That's true.
There's like xenophiles, kenophiles.
Yeah.
I think the xenophile is what he allegedly did with the 16-year-old. Like,
so with the 16-year-old thing, just to give a background, we'll go ahead and finish it.
No.
So the 16-year-old thing was, he was 20. I think he was like 22 or 23, or even 20. He was 21 through 23. he met a girl on this site that he was also referred to by friends, you know, niggas roll in groups normally, whether it be good and bad. And this was referral. This is a referral that he got from one of his other homies. So he's messaging her, which is...
Yo, it's sophomores on this app.
Yeah, so yeah, literally. So he messages her in the first conversation. She tells him her age. He claims he doesn't talk to her ever again. He claims he doesn't talk to her at all. He hangs up the phone. Doesn't have any communication with her for 3 years. But then when she turned 19, that's when he took a trip up to Canada, stayed with her and her mom in the house, and that's when they got intimate or whatever.
That's why they call him a pedophile?
Wait. It's like, I feel bad for even calling
they're not really calling him that. They're pretty much saying he redshirted her. Like, a 21, 22-year-old man was redshirting a 16-year-old.
That's a whole nother conversation because it's like, what's the rules?
Okay, so if you can't fuck her when she's 16,
right,
and then you can't also fuck her when she's 19.
No. You can't.
I would just be mad I met the bitch.
You can't even wait.
You can't even wait.
Like, I'm not.
Waiting is the crazy part. Waiting is what makes you look crazy.
No, but you see,
waiting is what makes it legal. I thought that's what made you good.
What is the rules?
The rules. Okay. So
what is the rules?
We're talking about the moral rules.
You can't
right?
fuck a 16-year-old,
right?
But you can't wait till she turns 19 because that's weird.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't want to sound like we're advocating for this shit, but it's just in my opinion.
It's like the principalities of it, right?
Okay, this is a hard conversation. You just gotta have it.
No, it's not.
She didn't look that much different from 16 to 19. Like, it's 3 years.
Yeah,
she didn't hit puberty and get a growth spurt. She's obviously damn near the same bitch. She's just now legally able to fuck. It's different. This is an interesting caveat. It's different if he's still communicating with her for 4 years. And you gotta think, he didn't even wait 2. He waited 2. He didn't wait.
He waited 3 years.
He was 19 when she fucked. He only had to wait 2. So
exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, he met her at 16 and waited till 19. So
but he only had to wait 2.
But
he waited an extra year, nigga, an extra 12 months.
I see what you're
saying. Extra
okay.
summer, nigga.
It makes it seem even more like he wasn't grooming her. He was just like, oh, she's too young now. Oh, this bitch again. 4 years later.
Okay,
I can fuck you now.
This is the difference, though. This is the biggest difference. Is that, and this is why it looks weird. So I don't know what the rule is, to be fair. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what the
rule is. You can't fuck the bitch.
But the rule is, it looks weird because she's also out of the country. So you're like going out of your way. You're like traveling internationally, technically for this hit.
You see, that's okay. Go ahead.
That's when it gets weird. So even if that happened, right? See, it's completely different if maybe it's like somebody you know's younger sister through the family, and now she's 19.
That's the same shit.
I think it's different when you're getting on the plane just to capitalize.
That might be worse.
That's the crazy part.
No, not the plane. Your brother's sister.
You think so? Or your homie sister.
Because you got to think, right? You don't fly across the country if you're a pedophile to get some pedophile pussy when she's not even a child anymore. Like that, it makes me think even more like he just wanted to fuck that bitch.
And
There's something particular about how she looked. Because there's plenty of children in America. You don't fly across the country to be a pedophile. It doesn't make sense.
Right.
Like, if he really wanted some young pussy,
so what do y'all think the rule is? What do y'all think the rule is? I think the rule, okay, so this is the biggest rule.
I think you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Bro,
but I think, number one, I think it's weird that you're hanging out. I think it's weird that you're hanging out when people refer as 16-year-olds around in a group.
That's strange.
That's crazy. The fact that this was referral pussy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
My homie fucked her. She good money.
That's already crazy. And then to me, that just makes me feel like, obviously, that's what you and your homies do. If I felt comfortable just offering you one right now, that'd be crazy. You'd be looking at me like, brother, this nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that
this
makes
nigga AJ human traffic.
Right. Maybe like, what the fuck? So that already makes me believe that this is just one that we heard about, and this is part of their MO anyway. So I think that's weird. And then I always had a thing with, even when I was 19, I had moved out officially by 19.
Yeah.
So I had my first apartment at 19. From 19, 20 to 21 to 22, all those ages that I was. Anytime I met a dude that was my age, maybe a year younger, in that same range, but they were the type of dudes that would still dip down or talk to a girl that was in high school because any nigga, okay, if I've ever met a nigga and he had the whole...
we agree.
The 4-year rule.
We agree.
Whatever if you know the law surrounding whether what you're doing is illegal or not, I don't like those type of niggas.
We agree.
You're too pressed about this.
Yeah, I don't like those type of niggas.
You're too close to being a creep.
Yeah.
I used to judge my homies when I was a senior because they was talking to the freshmen. I used to we agree.
Yeah.
It is weird.
Yeah.
But it's like, all right, we have to be specific. Words are powerful.
Right.
He's not a pedophile. He's not even.
No.
He's literally not. He's
I think
he
that
would be
word
something
might be
else. But
weirdo.
He was also
not just poor judgment.
Poor judgment.
Yeah,
like
literally
weirdo. Like I wouldn't do this. Like because I understand it is weird, but it's not. It's honestly commendable. Is that the word? Is that the word?
Yeah, that's the word you're looking for. That's why you laugh.
It's honorable that
it's admirable in your opinion.
It's like you said. He waited.
He waited an extra year. That's what makes me think. And he flew to another country.
But
like, he wasn't trying.
And what's crazy?
He wasn't trying to fuck a young girl.
And what's crazy?
You gotta give me a different one.
With the story another story that I saw, it was like
the fact that there's multiple is that like that's a red flag. There's multiple.
But this one, it was. I say story because that's what it is. It was 4 pictures of Adam and a little girl.
Yes. Yeah.
But they wasn't. It was like she was on his back and he was laying down. It's all
like that could be his niece. Like we have no context. Like,
no context.
Yeah.
And
the only thing that we have context with these is because that was the girl.
Oh well, there's the context.
So that's the only thing that was the girl that he was writing about, and this is also what made it worse.
Okay.
Whoa.
That was the girl.
Like
wait,
the little.
How old was she in the picture?
The little 5-year-old girl that we.
Oh, not the little 5-year-old girl. I think no.
There's
my bad.
2 different pictures.
There's 2 different pictures because there are
pictures
with him. The picture where the girl is over his back and like wearing his fitted, that's the Canada girl. That is her.
Okay, I don't want to be that guy. What's the age limit in Canada?
It's also Canada. That was something that he talked about. Is the age of consent is 16, just like it is in a lot of places, but just like it's looked down upon. Like even if you're 21 and your age of consent range is 16, niggas are gonna look at you weird. Like, why are you doing that? So apparently, view-wise, society views it the same in Canada as they do here.
We got to figure that shit out.
Legally acceptable, but you socially liable for that shit.
Like what was that joke on a Hangover? It was like jerking off on the plane. Like it's just frowned upon. Yeah. But like you could do it.
It's not good.
Right.
Robert Gronowski, he made the joke. It was funny as fuck.
I know what you're
But
talking
it's
about, yeah.
like what is okay then? Because if a 16-year-old girl, I was 16-year-olds before, I'm a dude. I knew what I was doing for the most part.
Right.
I don't know.
It's just the law.
But that was the story I saw. It was just a picture of him and a girl, and it was literally just saying like, yeah, he raped her.
Yeah.
It's like, nigga, I can't do nothing with this.
Raped her. Have you ever talked to a 16-year-old girl? Not like romantically, but just like casual conversation. Like they're not
son.
Nothing about me wants to do anything with them.
Bro, it's nothing about it.
It's like it's an actual child.
Yeah. I think I don't even remember the last time I talked to somebody that young. Like,
nigga, that shit happened to me by accident.
Yeah, like
when we was working at Sheets. Just talking to that bitch. She goes to private school.
Right.
And I wasn't even talking to her on that level. But I was
communicating.
Bitch, what are you? We talking about the sun and being shiny and shit. That's too much, man.
Right, literally, that's how I be feeling.
Get away from me.
You talking about little agreeable?
Agreeable, cool.
And see, that's the fucking problem with them young girls. They're too agreeable. And that's
right.
That's why they be getting proud on like that.
Yeah, you be like, wow, this experience has been so pleasant. And you're like, hold up, that's why.
And then she whispers, she goes to private school. Bitch, what?
Yeah. Right.
There was one that was pawned on me there. I got red-shirted.
Bro.
She was waiting until she was old enough.
Nigga.
Damn.
Like, nah. But but I said that because it's like I got disgusted. But
so what are the rules on red shirting? Red shirting is socially unacceptable, right? Or socially,
bro. If the age of consent,
I feel like you can't have it both ways.
You can't because it's so finicky and you can ruin a motherfucker's life.
Yeah,
like it has to be black or white, and most things aren't black or white, but this has to be. If you can consent at the age of 16, it should. I guess it should be okay to fuck a 16-year-old.
Nah, because
I don't know.
You see, the thing is, right? Like I'm trying to think of like a good metaphor, like an analogy. Like, say your mom doesn't like you smoking weed.
Okay.
And you go to California to smoke weed because it's legal. You feel me? Like, you're still a pothead. That's still what you are. If you like young women and you go to where it's legally acceptable to have them, you still are that.
But like you said,
even though it's cool here,
but Tony,
that's what you are.
He could have gone to Oklahoma.
It was not legal over there. You said 16 is legal in Canada,
16
correct?
is legal. The consent number or whatever.
What state is where you could be 16 and consent?
One of these.
It's one of them, right?
Yeah, one of them is like 14, something crazy.
Yeah,
like,
one of them is crazy.
I think most of the states are 16, but I think there is like one or two where it's like 14, and it's like, whoa.
So most of them aren't 18?
No, most of them are 16.
Yeah, like they're 16. Like he could have gone down the street.
Which is why when you're like 19, you'll meet dudes that be like, well, you know, the age of consent is 16, so 4 years off of that, like, we're still good at 19 to be talking to them. And it's like, no.
Man, if you're doing, like, calculations, if you
start doing math problems, dealing with a girl, I don't like those dudes. Like,
you want to know what it is?
Bro.
It's literally cheat codes. You're cheating.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
you're playing, it's like the first mission, and you put on unlimited health. Like, nigga, it's the first mission. You can't even, like...
The fact that you think like, and these dudes always think they player too, and it's like, bro, you're going for the easiest target, like literally.
You take layups.
Get a bitch with some trauma on her, you know what I'm saying, and let me see if you can get her, you know what I'm saying, then you a real nigga to me. But you got somebody who still, you know, is roses and her dad's dropping her off at her part-time job on the weekend, you know what I'm saying? Like,
she doesn't have any trauma yet.
Yeah, none.
To be defensive.
To be defensive, bro. Yeah, I don't like that shit. Like,
the fuck?
Yeah, so
pimping. Of course you think you pimping. This bitch ain't doing nothing on Saturday.
Exactly, yeah.
It's just cereal and cartoons.
Everything you do is amazing to her. The fact that you have a car, even though it's a busted ass hoopty, it's amazing. You have a shitty apartment, but you have a place. Like, everything is amazing to this girl.
Fucking with lower level women, literally lower in age and lower in status in life.
Yeah, so the whole red shirt. And I guess there is no red shirting is socially unacceptable. And to be fair, Tyga did it with Kylie. So
yeah.
That was the last high profile one we saw.
And I'm not like, it just has to be one way or the other.
Yeah. You can't be mad at both. That's what I'm like, all right, you can't. I get that if you grooming and it's like, you were like, yo, I can't wait for 4 years from now. I'm gonna get
And you know what?
Doing that weird
and that's
shit.
Another
okay,
thing
you got
too.
it now. That's weird. That's bad.
And that's another thing too.
Did that.
How much do we believe that he wasn't talking to her for 3 years?
Exactly.
How much do we believe that Joe Budden served him up, which we're going to have to transition to Joe Budden soon at some point.
Yeah.
In their interview that they had, Joe Budden was like, Adam thought I don't know why, we'll just transition to it now. I don't know why Adam thought he had a friend in Joe Budden. Let me write down 222 just so I know because what I might do, just so y'all know, because we went left, but it was such a good convo, you know what I'm saying? We got to take them L's sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
122. 20. What I think I'm gonna
Say
do.
why? How do you think I have a friend in Joe?
Yeah. So what I think I'm gonna do is
his actual friends.
What I think I'm gonna do with that part of the conversation, pull it out of the main one, release it by itself, and then just slap these two ends together. That way, because I feel like out of everything, that's the only thing that'll get us popped. You know what I'm saying? So I'll just take that part out, release that part by itself, and then drop the whole one without that segment. I feel like that might be the best bet. But